I'm Janet, and this is Jenna from Livefyre, Director of Community and Strategy. I believe that's the title. And we're at BlogWorld, and we just finished a great session with Jenna about community, and we learned so many good things, so many great examples. I just had a couple of questions that I wanted to get into. But a couple of things I wanted to ask were, number one, what I really loved is how you talked about how everybody is involved in community at Livefyre. And how did that come about? Because a lot of times people just think that community is like the marketer's job. Like, how is everybody involved in community?
I mean, for us, it really started where, we are a community platform, so community is really important throughout our entire organization and everything that we do. So, me being hired as the third employee, community has been the key thing. Before we even had a product, we had a community to an extent because we were out there being involved saying, we're going to be having this thing soon, let's talk, let's learn about what you're doing. And I think with every hire, too, whenever I interview people, I'm always the person that's asking them, like, all right, what do you know about Facebook? What do you know about Twitter? Like, do you know social media and does it excite you? And, I mean, of course, every engineer is not going to be excited about that. But, we want to let them know that it's an important thing to what we do. And the reason that we're here where we are today, we're working with some of the biggest publishers, but it's still because of the bloggers. And our engineers actually love it when they're helping with support cases and a blogger says, hey, thanks so much, Livefyre, for helping. We share that with our engineering team. And that makes a really big difference where maybe they're not out there tweeting every day, but they know the impact they have on our community, and that makes us that much more a community platform, and they want to put more in to help, fix any bugs, build new features that they're really going to love.
That's really interesting. So I liked how everybody is involved. That's a great example. The other question I had was, what kind of metrics do you use? It sounds like it's all about conversations and stuff. Is there any way you can measure the value of that? Or?
To tell you the truth, we are not very metrics driven. Okay. I think we're moving more towards in that direction. But, like I said, where we didn't put marketing dollars out, I probably could go look at the number of page views of articles, written about Livefyre. Like I said, we never ask for a blog post to get written. People just do. And that's sort of how Livefyre grew in general was, we measure it more on our install rate of people that install Livefyre. And when we have a blogger install us, we see these circles of influence happening, right? So a blogger installs us, they're likely to write a blog post about it because it's something that's changing for their community. But maybe they're writing a blog post about how Jeremy helped them so much, creating a video, or how we helped them through another problem, and now they have this great platform on their site. So these circles of influence keep happening, and from each of those we see more posts written. So I think by not paying too much attention to the numbers, we actually are doing better because of that. Because number of followers is, whatever. People are going to see us tweet an article that gets, maybe some page views. But to have someone actually install and then talk about us as a brand has so much more value.
Very interesting. Well, I love the approach, and I love how everyone's involved. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
To finally meet you in person.
Yeah.
And we'll be bringing you more live coverage from BlogWorld.
Have fun.